Lyric Swinton, Women's Wrestling Talk. Question for Tony Storm. Earlier in May, we saw you appear at New Japan Resurgence and get involved in Fred Rosser and Juice Robinson's match. Can we expect for you to appear at more New Japan events? And can we possibly expect to see you and Juice collaborate on screen? Question for Tony Khan. Obviously, Julia challenged Willow Nightingale today, but even though Willow is a New Japan champion, she is an all elite wrestling talent. So does this mean that there's possibly a working relationship going forward between AEW and Stardom?
Well, we can take that in whatever order you want, champ. You can go first.
I mean, if Juice needs me to get him out of whatever stupid situation he's got himself into, then I'm just going to have to go, aren't I? Sorry, Tony, but I mean, yeah, it's up to you. I mean, I'll go there. I'll go, but
well,
sometimes I have to.
I think it's been great. It's great for the partnership, and it's great to see you there. And as for the question, I definitely would love for top wrestlers from Stardom to come here, and we would love to send great wrestlers there also. And that's what the Forbidden Door is all about. And as for Willow and for Julia, I think it's very exciting that the challenge has been put out there for the New Japan Strong Championship. And Willow had a great match for the AEW World Championship tonight. Also, Willow, great win last night in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, and she's still active in that. Of course, we've seen some great matches. Great match, your good friend Ruby on Wednesday has a match against Dr. Britt Baker, the defending champion, on Wednesday Night Dynamite. So,
spoiler alert, she wins, Ruby.
We'll see Wednesday.
Lyric Swinton Women's Wrestling Talk. Two questions. So right now, AEW and Ring of Honor have three very strong women's champions in Athena, Chris Statlander, and Tony Storm. With the recent addition of Collision, can we expect for an expansion of opportunities for both women's divisions? And second question is, as the South Carolinian, are we getting shows in the Southeast anytime soon? You all made your debut in South Carolina specifically on the March 30th Dynamite last year, but we would love to see more AEW in the Southeast specifically. So is there any, updates on that?
Well, I think there is, Raph. We just announced, Raph, you could clarify the exact dates, but I know we're going there very soon. Yep. Greenville, Greensboro, and we're coming to Georgia too. So big shows in South Carolina and Georgia, and very excited to go to North Carolina. So yeah, absolutely. A lot of shows coming up in the Southeast very soon. And as to your great questions about the women's division, great in AEW and ROH to have great champions. Also now, very fitting with Forbidden Door, the New Japan Strong Women's Champion has also been competing. So really, there's been 4 strong women's champions, in my opinion, on AEW, because you've had the AEW Women's World Champion, Tony Storm, who is on a roll right now. And then you have the great TBS champion, who's been a great fighting champion with Chris Statlander, who's gone out on TV and house shows regularly and has made great defenses at the championship since you won it from Jade Cargill, who was a great dominant champion. I think, of course, Athena has been on a great roll in Ring of Honor, and then in AEW picked up a great win tonight in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. And Willow has been a great champion and a great, really fighting wrestler, working on whether it's Dynamite or Collision or tonight on Forbidden Door and New Japan Strong. She's been great. So right now I feel like we actually have 4 great champions here, to your point. And so I definitely want them to keep having great matches. And I thought tonight we had a couple great matches. Billy Starks is somebody who's come a long way really quickly. Very excited about her. She had a great match with Athena. Sky Blue, great match with Anna Friday night. And we saw her looking on after the match tonight. She's going to be facing the winner of Britt versus Ruby on Wednesday. So that's another match I'm excited for. So a lot of great things. But like I said, working with New Japan and having the Strong Championship involved and having the Strong Champion in Willow has been great too. And excited for those shows in the Southeast. Thanks for asking about that. That again teed up a great live events plug for us. So thank you.
Lyric Swinton Women's Wrestling Talk. Congratulations on an awesome show tonight. One of the things that was noticeable from the All In card that was missing was there was only one women's match. Obviously, the 4-way was a callback to the original All In.
Yes.
But there were some stars that were noticeably missing, like Athena, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander. Can we expect more women's matches to be on the All Out card and on future pay-per-view cards going forward?
Well, we've announced Ruby versus Chris Statlander for the TBS Championship. We'll have to see what kind of condition Saraya is in coming out of this match. It's a great question. A lot of the card tonight was both featuring as many of the top stars in AEW as I could get. So a lot of the biggest stars in the company were not on this show, and that's why we have big matches like Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and obviously Ruby Soho versus Chris Statlander next week. I think the pacing of the show tonight was probably the best we've ever had, the best show we've ever done. So to add more, I think would have been challenging, but also we have so many great stars across both the men's and women's division, great wrestlers. I think the card in many ways was, I tried to pace it perfectly, and I think we did pretty great. One thing I would note, and you said it yourself, a lot of the card was paying homage to the original All In. The 4-way match, Dr. Britt Baker participated on the original All In, and that was the key women's match on the original show. And Madison Rain pointed that out in her commentary as well, that she was also in that original 4-way, and Dr. Britt Baker participated. I had the Golden Elite in a trios match, kind of a callback to the original All In, and definitely there were a lot of top stars, men and women, I was hoping to get on tonight's card. And there were a lot of people that wanted to be on the show. And I hope we can continue to get all the top stars in. But also I want to pace the shows and be able to have great matches without having to rush through. So I was really excited about the card and also very happy for Saraya. I thought it was a great moment. And I would love to try and get some of those top stars in All Out and also next year's All In. I think you mentioned some great names, and those would be great names for the show. So that's a great question. Thank you.